Okay. What is going on? LBHT crew B. What is going on?
Same old. Just another day of carrying things at work because certain people refuse to pull their weight, but that's all right.
Is that a shot at my morning co-host?
It's not a shot. It's just the facts of what happened. So I don't know if you want to call it a shot or not. That's not. That's for you, for the people in the chat to decide.
Wow. All right, y'all. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is going well, but if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. We are streaming live. Oh, look who's here. What's up, Hendo? I try to have your back. Yeah. Look, we are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I just want to say something about that for a minute, because look, the Twitch people, the Twitch crowd, it ain't really popping like that, and that's fine. It's not even like people wouldn't support us on Twitch. But Twitch has these weird rules about multi-streaming. Like, technically, we're not supposed to be doing it. They could take us down anytime they wanted. Oh no. But that is going to switch soon. We're going to have a new platform in the future. Well, I'll tell this, coming soon. All right. It won't be Twitch anymore. It'll be something better. But YouTube will still be here. YouTube and Facebook will still be here. All right. So yes, make sure you hit that like button, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're listening to the audio form of this, that doesn't change. All right. We put this out around noon every Thursday. So we hope you're enjoying your lunch break. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review, because we're trying to grow on that side of things. All right. And man, look, they're here early. What's going on, y'all? You got Urban in the house. What's up, Urban? Said, what up, y'all? Fells Point Mafia sent me to check in. Salute to Fells Point Mafia. That's right. Dr. Kush is in the house. Good evening. We got Matt D. Salute. We got Just Alice. Good evening, LBHT community. I hope everyone is having a great week. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Just Alice.
And our super producer, Adelia, is here. It says, good evening, everyone. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. Super chat and Cash App, $ LBHT show if you want to guarantee your comment is read on air. That's a fact.
I just had a flashback to when we used to think his name was Justalo.
Yes, and he just let us roll with it. There's so many people that we butcher their names. They're like, yes, close enough.
For so long, he let us do that.
One of them is here, Balti. He just said Balti wasn't having it. We're trying to figure out how to say this. And he's like, look, just call us Balti. Just call me Balti. Call me Balti. You're messing it up. Who else we got in here? Ray Phantom. What's good? It says, I'm back. It's been a while. Welcome back. Ray. But I always make sure to watch the morning replays. Man, thank you. I appreciate that. Look, we know you guys are busy, and it's the summertime. I expect you guys to enjoy the summer. All right. It's slow. Don't feel like you gotta check in over here. We're gonna be just fine. All right. When football season comes back around, y'all gonna show up. You do it every year. Okay, and we appreciate it. Thank you. But I appreciate that you check in every now and then during the summertime. That means a lot to us. Myron, yes, we are live. Salute to you. I got Noah. What up, Noah?
What's up, Noah? Good
to see you. My man Jerry Green. Salute. What's good with you? Why he do Hendo like that? This is their thing.
It's not. No, I told you, it's just the facts of the situation.
Matt said, "What's a Twitch?" It's another streaming thing, but it's something that's it's going to be non-existent over here pretty soon. Okay, there he is. Game too easy. #rise up. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, man? And Rob, what's good? He says, "Good evening, fellas. I'm in y'all neighborhood here this month and next." Which neighborhood? Me and B in two different neighborhoods. Yeah, we're close by, but we're in different neighborhoods. But
I imagine he means your neighborhood.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's what's up. You know what? We gotta talk to Hendo. We've been talking about doing like a little mini meet and greet or something like that. We're trying to
things, especially if they're planned.
If what?
I said, Hendo don't show up for things, especially if they're planned.
Yes, he does. He planned the tour, the stadium tour. That was a lot of fun.
Ask me if Hendo was supposed to be on the show tonight.
He didn't tell me anything about being on the show.
Who he did tell.
Oh, that was not planned. I talked to him this morning. He didn't say anything about it.
So
I mean, Hendo could come in anytime he wants. He has.
I know he could. But,
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. We're getting an explanation from Balti here. It was supposed to. This is the origin reveal here. It was supposed to be ball until 8 fall, but it was taken. So I just went with ball till 8. Oh, okay. I see. I get it. It's basically the same thing. He just left the double L off the end. Okay. Ball to 8 fall. You know what? We were close to saying that. And then you're like, no, you had 3 chances. Too bad. Just call me Balti. I appreciate that. I appreciate the clarification. We'll remember that. All right. Rave, thank you for the super chat. That says, I was going to ask this morning, this in the morning show, but I can't since my time zone. But B and Jose, what are your top 3 games of all time? Mine are Super Mario Galaxy 2, Persona 4, and Final Fantasy 6. Okay. I don't Persona 4?
Yeah, you wouldn't like that. Yeah, it's an RPG or Japanese RPG.
Yeah. So I'm not a big fan of the turn-based RPGs, but I can appreciate them.
Yeah. That's classic submitted question stuff, Ray. But I guess we go ahead and answer right now.
When you drop $10, you can skip the line. Okay,
I guess so. It had to be Red Dead 2, the Mass Effect trilogy, as a whole, Mass Effect, and then probably after that, I would say, maybe The Last of Us.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, Last of Us 1 and 2 are amazing games. Too intense for me.
They're very intense. Yes.
Like
didn't finish the second one.
I watched it on YouTube and I was like, damn, bro.
Even that was a little too much.
Right. Like even at antagonist, like I felt the same way the antagonist was at the end. She was just like, really?
Still.
I was like, I would say the same thing. Like when she said, I was like, yes, why are we doing this? For me, Jade Empire, I love that game. That was one of the best plot twists I'd ever seen.
Ooh, you just reminded me. Not Last of Us, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah. Jade Empire, man, this is hard because like movies and music, it depends on what day you ask me. Because I'm real, I mean. I love Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
I love it. Ghost of Yote was great, but Ghost of Tsushima has a special place in my heart. Also, God of War, like not the old ones, the new ones, because it's about father and son, and I have kids, so like it really hits home with me. I like games with stories, and it's good gameplay. It gets a little repetitive after a while, but if you're going more classical, definitely, Jade Empire would call. I mean, it's older. I would call it classical, but Jade Empire, the Jordan cover of NBA 2K.
Okay.
I can play that forever.
2K11.
I think it was 11. Oh man. Well, I already said Ghost of Tsushima. I'm gonna say Ghost of Tsushima. I know it's a newer game, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wrong, but that's cool. Those are all great games. All great.
Yeah. So good question. Excellent question. Oh, let's stop the show for a second because Tracy is here. What's going on, Tracy? Says, hey, my dear people. Hey, what's going on with you? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. Oh, and Rob says he's in DC. Okay. That's what's up. Wait, and Rob, where are you from? Normally Jamaica. Oh, you're here from Jamaica. Okay. That's what's up. All right, Hendo, go ahead and plan our next meet and greet, preferably around Aaron Rob's schedule. All right. We love meeting listeners, man. It's always fun putting faces to the names in the chat. Kobe, what's up, Kobe? Thank you for the super chat. Says anyone? What's I say?
At the age where indigestion feels like the end. Yeah, I mean, I drank a soda earlier, and I don't know what I was thinking.
You know what's in this cup? Water. I like it pains my soul because I love sweets like chocolates and cookies and cakes. I can't have any of that after like 7 o'clock. After 7, it's a wrap. I mean, food in general, I try to stop eating after 7 o'clock. So, that's just where we're at.
Which makes this show, which runs until around 10:30, a real good idea.
Yeah. So I try to eat beforehand.
I know you do, but I work right up until the start of the show. So,
yeah. It's Coach. I did a show with Coach yesterday. Mm-hmm. I had, and we always plan for like maybe an hour, but we usually go longer because we're having fun and everything like that. So I already knew I was like, I'm not going to eat afterwards, and I got home with 15 minutes before the show was about to start, and I made it happen. I ate and I did the show and I was good. But after 7 o'clock, I shut it down. I can't eat anything.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Neuropsych Sports. Salute. What's good with you? Joy Boy. Salute. He loves Red Dead too. The soundtrack. Yeah. Yes.
I got the soundtrack on vinyls. Outstanding.
Listen, that when Arthur is riding home to the base and they're playing that D'Angelo song.
Yeah.
Like actual movies can't get. It's hard to get that. It's hard to make that hit in actual movies, and they made that work in a video game. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah, Legend of the Dragoon.
Nice old
Republic. GoldenEye. Yeah. Let's see who else is in here. We got Shug. What's up, Shug? There you go. Skyrim. You know what? I could have went Skyrim. I've logged literally hundreds of hours playing Skyrim. I might see. That's what I said. It depends on what day I'm playing. But Skyrim is definitely up there. Modern Warfare, Black Ops. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, but Modern Warfare was
incredible. The first one.
Yeah. Let's see. JB, what up? See, man, we can do a whole show just talking about this. This is Knights of Old Republic. That was everybody's game. Devin, Janelle, konnichiwa. Says, hello, good people. Hello to you. Good to see you. R.I.P. D'Angelo, R&B, and Soul Legend. Facts. Def Jam Fight was a good one. The Fight for NY. Yep.
Yeah.
I love that game. Worst game ever, Magic the Gathering, but you play it all the time.
those are facts right there.
And Mun, what's good? Good to see you. All right. It is. What is it?
I'm sorry. I'm just, man. I was checking my text message. I thought maybe it was a Cash App. I like to monitor it on my phone.
Yeah.
This garbage says your 65th birthday is approaching fast, and I am offended. I could not, that's getting the report as spam right there. Wow.
Couldn't be as bad as last year when I turned 45. My son said, "Well, you're halfway to 90."
like you trying to get a high score. Right.
I was like, well, I ain't racing to get to 90, but thanks, Maddie says, ooh, Skyrim had a couple of 100 hours in there. Great times. Facts. Yeah. I know I had listen, I opened up Steam one day and it showed Skyrim and it said 500 hours. And I was like, how many days is that?
Like 10 days would be 240.
I played a lot of Skyrim, because you can mod the game. It's like a new game every time.
Yeah.
All right. We had some football to talk about. I know it's slow, But if you've been watching the morning show the last couple of days, we've been posting questions on there. We've been going off of those questions. So we're going to do that today. We can kind of rehash. We can kind of rehash the A/B thing since we didn't get B's opinion of it. We'll talk about that. And we'll do some World Cup. Are we doing World Cup today, Adelia? Yes, we're gonna do some World Cup. All right. And you know what? When we first said we're gonna do World Cup, there are some people rolling their eyes. We can see right through the screen. We can see you rolling your eyes. Right? We can see it. But I think we've converted some people. I think we have. I think some people are like, hey, you know what? I'm feeling it. The crowd, like, how can I get into it when the crowd cheers? Especially like those countries that aren't really expecting to win. Man. And then they score a goal.
Cape Verde.
Yeah. I told you, like, Japan scored the goal. I was like, oh, wait, I missed something. I was sitting here working, and they went crazy. I felt like I needed to stand up and cheer with them. Tackle says, bringing back James Elite Prochet. Hey, you know what? Listen, there might be room on the coaching staff.
Might
be. We might need a gunner. I don't know. Redest White Eye Prochet. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? All right. Look, we got 50 people in here. Appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let me get this out the way right now before we do Black History Fact, man. LBHTShow.com. That's where you need to go and sign up for the newsletter. And pretty soon you need to sign up for an account on there. Free. Because when the season starts back up, we're doing a pick'em league on LBHTShow.com. One pick'em league to rule them all. Right? All your favorites will be on there. We'll be on there. Coach will be on there. Hendo will be on there. Can you beat the experts? All right? That's what we're going to find out. It's a whole ranking system. We'll have badges and trophies and all that stuff. So sign up. It's free and it'll be fun. But for now, sign up for the newsletter. Imani, what's good? Good to see you. Good to see you.
And just another note on the newsletter. I think that a lot of older people can agree that this younger generation could use a little shame. Okay, like they're a little too cavalier, a little too easygoing with certain things. Jose's children, my niece and nephew, who I love dearly, just today signed up for the newsletter. Be better than Jose's kids. Okay, go to LBHTShow.com, sign up for the newsletter.
Well, Anita did sign up.
She just subscribed to the channel.
No, she signed up for the newsletter. It's just her other email.
No. I mean, tonight she just subscribed to the channel.
She subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, which is worse.
I got a funny story about. You know what? Remind me later about the funny story about my daughter. And how cool I am to her friends. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. All right, we're gonna get the show started. But first, we like to start every show with a Black History Fact. And B and Akole have a Black History Fact for you.
This week on the LBHT Black History Fact, Albert Einstein's life blended scientific brilliance with a deep moral commitment to justice. Born in Germany in 1879, he grew up confronting anti-Semitism, an experience that shaped his sensitivity to oppression in all forms. After fleeing Nazi persecution and settling in the United States in the 1930s, he quickly recognized the harsh realities of American segregation. Living in Princeton, he was struck by how openly Black Americans were excluded from public life, and he refused to ignore what he saw. Einstein used his global fame to challenge racism with unusual boldness for a public figure of his era. He spoke out repeatedly, calling racism a destructive moral illness and urging white Americans to confront it directly. He supported the Scottsboro Boys during their infamous trial, defended black artists and intellectuals, and opened his home to those denied basic dignity. Most famously the singer Marian Anderson, who stayed with him whenever Princeton hotels turned her away. He also worked alongside Paul Robeson in efforts to draw national attention to lynching and racial violence. His activism extended into writing and public speaking. In essays and speeches, he condemned segregation as a betrayal of American ideals and insisted that silence in the face of injustice was itself a form of complicity. His 1946 address at Lincoln University, where he denounced racism as a disease, reflected his belief that moral courage mattered more than social comfort. Einstein's broader humanitarian work, opposing militarism, resisting McCarthy-era political repression, and advocating for refugees, grew from the same ethical core. By the time of his death in 1955, he had become not only one of the most influential scientists in history, but also one of the most consistent white allies of black Americans in the mid-20th century. His civil rights legacy, once overshadowed by his scientific fame, now stands as a testament to how moral clarity can amplify the impact of a powerful voice.
Salute to the Black History Fact. You know, it's funny that you did that one, because I just learned this stuff about Albert Einstein a couple of weeks ago when Neil deGrasse Tyson was on Shannon Sharp's on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what he asked him. Shannon Sharp asked him something about Einstein, about whether, like, could he have been, was he autistic? And he's like, yes, there's some story that they think he might be autistic, but he was breaking down how, like, there's different levels of the spectrum, and some of the things that are associated with that is, kind of like not being able to, like, not like I can't remember what the word was, but like kind of like empathize with
mm-hmm.
with different people and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, that wasn't Albert Einstein, and he went down the whole history of Albert Einstein and how he was an ally to black people, and how he was disgusted by racism when he came over here, that he wrote about it and everything, and everything that you're just saying, like, he broke it down. I was like, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And thank you very much to Osmond for sending that in. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Osmond. Appreciate that. And yes, Balti said, did I click on the wrong channel? This is what we do on the LBHT show. This is what we do. Okay. Yeah, that's how we like to start the show. Well, we start the show saying what's up and everything, but yeah, we kick it off with the Black History Fact every Wednesday. Yep. I was chuckling a little bit when we started the show, because I remember when we first started and we played an intro, like, there was no, like, we didn't know how to mute the mics or anything like that. So, the music's playing, we're coughing and drinking water, whatever. You can hear all that stuff. And I play it back. I'm like, oh, you can hear that? We've come a long way. But all right, we had some questions. Okay. If you've been watching the morning show, that's kind of the theme. We did that with some Ravens questions. We're going to do it again, but I got some Panthers questions here. Okay. Found out the other day that Bryce Young has cracked the top 100 players list. You hear about this?
That's right.
He's like 98, but top 100.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. It's top 100. So he's top 100, not 100. How about that? Put that on the shirt. Top 100, not 100. So the first question we want to ask: can Bryce Young, is his ceiling? That's what I ask. Is his ceiling MVP? That's the first question we want to ask. Yes. Mm-hmm. Is his ceiling MVP, or is it very valuable? Is it VVP? Very valuable player.
So Bryce Young's ceiling, excuse me, in terms of MVP awards, is going to depend almost entirely on the players around him, right? Tattaroa seems like a great number one option. Jalen Coker still has to perform for a full season. They went out and they got Brazel. They still have Xavier Legette, hoping he can turn things around. They've got Jonathan Brooks, hoping he can get back into form when they drafted him a couple of years ago. But you have to have a certain baseline of numbers, right? Like the numbers have to be really good. And in order for that to happen, he's going to have some great playmakers around him. But Bryce absolutely has the potential to win MVP. And the reason is because he is one of the most clutch players in the league. You don't see it as much, or most people don't kind of notice it because, they're 8 and 9, they're not winning a whole lot and all that. But when you can when you play your best in the biggest moments, that leaves an impact on people who are watching. Now, if they go out there this year and they do what we think they're going to do, which is double-digit wins and win the division, go back to the playoffs, at that point you're going to see them on prime time more often. And, if you see Bryce Young leading game-winning drives on prime time, that's going to make a big impression on voters. So he absolutely has the potential to win MVP. It's just whether or not they have the talent around him to have the numbers there.
What do you think about this? JB says NFL's Brunson. Ooh, okay.
JB like Jalen Brunson? You watching? Yeah.
He watches the show, y'all.
But that's a great comparison because Jalen Brunson, as we know, he's a very, very good player. Period. He puts up great numbers, and he's the guy in New York. But Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter in the playoffs is unstoppable. It wasn't that difficult, JB. But in the fourth quarter in the playoffs, he's become unstoppable. Like, what he's going to do, and he just does it anyway. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. The ball is going through the rim in the fourth quarter for Jalen Brunson.
B once said if somebody told Jalen Brunson it's the fourth quarter every quarter, he would average 50 points a game. Like, because in the fourth quarter, he will not be denied.
No,
he will not be denied. That is a clutch player. And yes, I see some people say no, and I get it. I get what you're saying. Like right now, you don't see it, but his potential could be that. Is the likelihood? We got to wait and see. There's a lot of things that factor into that.
And that's fine if you don't see it right now, because this time last year, how many of you would have said Sam Darnold was a Super Bowl winning quarterback? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I said he was fraud.
And Ravens Gunny says doubtful, but champion would sound better anyway. Hey,
yeah,
facts. All right, continuing with Bryce Young.
Game 2.
Game 2 said never happening.
I'll tell you what. I said this also. If you told Bryce Young he was playing Atlanta 17 weeks, he would win MVP every year.
Oh. All right. The next Bryce Young question, if you would, Adelia, can Bryce Young surpass CJ Stroud, or has he already?
Say it can't happen because it's already done. It was a big thing in their rookie years because Carolina had the number 1 overall pick. They took Bryce Young, and CJ Stroud was light years better in their rookie year. And so immediately everybody's like, ha, Carolina, you took the wrong QB. Since then, it has not been the case. and listen, and CJ Stroud, I think, is a very Jesus damn, us Panthers fans can support Lamar, but Bryce can get a little bit of credit. But to not to bash CJ or anything, but he's had a rough couple of years. And part of that is a deterioration of the O-line in Houston and a lot of injuries to the receiving core and things like that. Part of it is just he's got to play better, but also to CJ's credit, he's been saying since day one when Bryce was struggling, when Bryce was getting benched, that he's like, no, Bryce is the guy.
Wait,
you're going to see
pause 1 second, B. I ain't mean to cut you off. Adelia, because this question kind of struck a nerve with some people. Adelia, would you put up a poll? Just put Bryce, put CJ, put Bryce or CJ, okay? And we can settle this right now, okay? Which one is better right now, Bryce or CJ? All right. and once Adelia puts it up there, we can settle this. Okay, I'm sorry. There you go. 1, and listen, don't type Bryce, don't type CJ. You type 1 or 2 for your vote to matter. 1 or 2. Okay, I'm sorry, B. Go ahead.
No, I mean that was all. I'm just saying, like, obviously a lot has with all quarterbacks. A huge part of their success is where they end up, where they land in the draft. And, CJ landed in a great spot initially. And things have kind of gone wrong, over the last couple of years, like I said, with the O-line, with some injuries in the receiving core and things like that. And it's affected him. Things started off horribly for Bryce. They didn't have an O-line. They didn't have anybody to throw to. And they've built that up over the last couple of years. And you see the progression in Bryce. He's playing much better. So CJ is still a very, very talented quarterback. And I expect him to bounce back and have a great career. But I'm saying, like, if the thing that separates them, I think, is what we were just talking about, which is their play under pressure. When it's in that fourth quarter and you have to have it, you want Bryce instead of CJ, and that's been the case since college. That was one of the questions about CJ Stroud coming out of college, and granted, in his last year, he played big in a lot of big moments at Ohio State, but you see it kind of seeping back in.
Yeah. Okay. I did just reset the poll. So vote again. Type 1 or 2. Jeremy, CJ doesn't count. You have to type 1 or 2. Type the number 1 or the number 2. Okay. 1 for Bryce, 2 for CJ. It's working. This is not working. We see it on our end.
It's working over here.
Yeah. It works. It's 60%, 57% Bryce, 43% CJ. Now it's 50-50. All right. It's a battle over here. But yeah, we see it on our end, Adelia.
Yeah, I'm writing down all these 2s.
You ain't get it? You want to borrow Sutton's book? Start writing down. Right, okay. Jose sounding like that Eye Doctor Family Guy episode. I didn't see that. I haven't seen Family Guy.
Okay, 1 or 2.
2. First of all, I love the friendship that they have. I love how CJ Stroud had Bryce Young's back when Bryce Young struggled. Like, he said it like it was, some people are like, oh yeah, that's my guy. He gonna be, he's my guy. They don't really believe, but they got it. They ride for their friend. CJ Stroud, like, right here, look at me, look at me. He's gonna be nice. He's gonna be nice. You watch. You just watch, right? Like he said it was such a test. I'm like, oh,
he was like the bizarro Ron Rivera right here, quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was good. And Bryce Young turned it around. And then, when CJ Stroud, started to fall off a little bit, Bryce Young said, absolutely nothing. But I love the friendship. I love the friendship. But you know what though? No, honestly, I think like what you described, is Bryce Young started his struggle early because of just where the organization was and how bad things were, and he built himself up from that. CJ Stroud kind of went the opposite direction, so like these things are kind of new to him. Like he had everything he needed, and he struggled. I think last year it kind of messed with him mentally.
Yeah,
but I think Stroud is going to turn it around.
Absolutely,
this year. I think he's going to bounce back, and it will be a much more interesting discussion after this year. I think they're both going to play at a high level. But right now, Bryce Young is ahead of CJ Stroud, but by the end of the season,
he still will be a scoreboard. All right, he's 1-0 against CJ. I'm sure he offered support to CJ as well, but I didn't hear it. Like, so it's kind of like I'm his best friend. He's not my.
Bryce Young is a quiet in general. Yeah. So, all right, this is man. This poll is really taking off. Bryce Young 64%, CJ Stroud 36%. So I mean, there you go. There you go. People came into the chat just to type one. Okay. Jay, that's Jay. Jay said the back and I'll say, yo, Panthers Nation, we need your help over here. Okay, go here. Eric G. Pope, what's good? Salute. Thanks for coming through. Ryan Christensen, I see you in here. Chris Childs, what's going on? Says CJ has been to the playoffs every year. Dude has the Texans fans mad at a divisional round loss now. Just a few years ago, they were the bottom of the barrel organization.
Yeah. Hey, okay. To be fair, though, the defense took them to the playoffs this year.
That defense almost carried them out the division, kicking and screaming.
Like he was not good.
I was live during that game. That's when they played the Patriots.
Yeah.
I went live. I was like, I'm just gonna sit here doing some work. I'm gonna go live and watching the game and talking. And I remember saying, I was like, man, CJ Stroud, he could throw in these interceptions. I was like, man, look, ain't no way. I was like, this game's over unless they get a turnover. Oh, they got a turnover. Like they were matching turnovers for turnovers. They're like, hey, Stroud gives it up. We was gonna take it right back. Doesn't matter, right? That's the type of defense that we're supposed to have in Baltimore. I need to see that.
Yeah,
I need to see that. But again, Stroud is going to have a much better year this year, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to bounce back.
All right, we're locking it in. Bryce Young, it's been decided 58-42. Okay. Right. Congratulations to Bryce. Now, we have another Panthers question. B, is this finally Carolina's year?
Well, that depends. Their year for what?
Good question. Just answer it. Yes or no?
Absolutely. 100%. 100% this is their year. Granted, I felt that way coming into the offseason with some of the moves they've made and the draft they had. I was very, very happy. Started to waver a bit when Myles Garrett came down south, down to the NFC. But I still think that this is their year. I think, they're mentally tough, and last year they didn't have the talent. They played hard against everybody. They got a few wins they probably shouldn't have gotten, but now the talent is catching up with the attitude, and they're going to be an extremely, extremely dangerous team. Plus, little bright side, they're winning the division. It's a garbage division, so they're going to get a home playoff game. So that's going to vault them right into the, I'm hoping the conference championship at that point, depending on their record. But I think that this is their year. We kind of joke. We always pick our teams to win the Super Bowl every year. But if nothing else, this is their team or their year to return to being a top team. They've been pretty bad for a long while. But after this season, they're back.
I agree with that. And Zeke, what's good, man? Good to see you. Ty Riggs, what's good? Ty said to go to the bowl. No, not the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
Or maybe if you think that.
Hell yeah.
I think if you watch them over the last 2 years, not just last year, if you watch the last 2 years, you see the flashes, of them being a top tier team.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's about consistency, really. Like last year, you want to talk about up and down.
Yeah.
That was his team last year. But you saw flashes of it. And I think this is the year where they establish themselves as one of the better teams in the NFC, right? And one of those teams to look out for moving forward. I think this is the year for that to happen. Super Bowl, no, I don't see Super Bowl. Division, yeah, I can see the division, even getting out the first round of the playoffs. But this is one of those teams, yeah, you're gonna have to look out for.
Louisville says over the Seahawks, and I'll say this: yes, over the Seahawks. You lose Kenneth Walker. I think it's very tough. Not saying that they're not going to be good. Obviously, they have Mike McDonald, but it's very tough to play a consistently high level of defense year to year. It's just difficult to do because there's a lot of moving parts. And look, man, they lost Clint Kubiak as the offensive coordinator, and I love the guy, and I'm super happy for him that he's found his home and he won the Super Bowl. But I do not believe Sam Darnold is going to have them at that level again. I don't.
Yeah. That's a good point. Seahawks. I think they can still be. I think they'll still be a good defense next year. They got a lot of young guys, But it is unless you have exceptional players on defense, it is hard to maintain that elite tier as a unit year in and year out. Baltimore, we're used to that over the years. You want to talk about spoiled? What we had with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Haloti Ngata, Terrell Suggs, like that is not common at all. No. Right? You can't get that many Hall of Famers playing at the same time at their peak. If you have that, of course you expect that every year, and they'll give it to you every year. Right. Other than that, you can expect them to be good, but for them to like put the team on their back every year, that's difficult to do. Not saying that they won't compete for another Super Bowl, but I'm just saying like year in and year out, that's difficult to do.
Yeah. And I think they are pretty solidly the second best team in that division right now.
Oh, behind the Rams? Yeah. I can see that. All right. Those are the questions. You have anything else you want to add, B?
Not right now. I don't think so. No, I just think it's going to be a fantastic year for Carolina. I think Dan Morgan's done a great job. He has focused on the trenches on both sides of the ball, and that's the best and most efficient way to build a team. So I think everything's looking up in Charlotte.
All right. Okay. Ty says Sam Darnold will be exposed now that Myles Garrett over there. Hey. Let's see. Panthers to make the NFC Championship. Okay. All right. I can see that.
Yeah.
It depends who they play. Right? But yeah, I can see that. But a first round win, we can start there. This year is about establishing themselves. It seems like with Canales, they've learned how to finally build off of each year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have much higher expectations this year, because what I saw them do in the playoffs, I was like, ooh, they probably should have won that game. You know what I'm saying? And if you beat a team twice. This is why I told one of these coaches when I was coaching my son's league. We played 3 times that season. We played twice in the regular season, and we played once in the playoffs. We split in the regular season, and our team beat his team in the playoffs. After the game, he's like, "Oh man, you got lucky. You got lucky." I said, "Hey man, one time was luck. 2 times, not so much. Not so much. If the Panthers had beaten the Rams 2 times, hey, listen, man, they just better than you, right?" All right. And Ty says Ravens Panthers Super Bowl. Can we finally get 5 days? Oh, you talking about on the morning stream? we are in talks. We are in discussions for the morning stream. We are in discussions. It was initially the talk was to do 5 days a week, but then we put things on hold, and then we finally decided, okay, let's test the waters with 3 days, and we'll take it from there. Honestly, Hendo is ready to do it. It's just those Thursdays are what's tough for me. Thursdays are very tough. But if we can find a workaround, if we could figure out that part of it, you might see 5 days. You might. Okay, we're in discussions. We got some other ideas that we're bouncing around. So you'll get more content from us, is what I'm saying. Okay?
Louisville saying Sam Darnold has had 2 good seasons in a row. Yeah.
You're right.
He had a much better season in Minnesota individually. Last year he went from 35 touchdowns down to 24, and over the last 2 years he's thrown 26 interceptions. Like, that's not good, but obviously he's in very good situations, but situations can slip, right? Like I said, you don't have Kenneth Walker, you don't have Clint Kubiak, and if the defense isn't able to make up for some of his mistakes as consistently as last year, that's going to make the difference. Like Sam Darnold wasn't particularly good in the Super Bowl, right? No. Just the Patriots were worse.
Sam Darnold's such a likable guy. It's easy to root for him.
Yeah. And I do root for him. I just, You know, I'm not saying they're going to miss the playoffs and they're going to suck or anything. I'm just saying I don't think that they're a Super Bowl team next year.
Yeah, and look, and it's hard to repeat too. Could they do it? Of course they can do it, right? But like, I don't think are they the favorites, the Vegas favorites? I don't think they are.
I don't think so.
Emma said, that means 5 days of last minute super chats. Just saying. See, thank you, Emma. Emma knows I need to get to work. We had some drama at work today. Oh my God. I have to tell you that story overtime.
Osmond, you better stop that.
Osmond said Brodny is breaking out of his own morning show. Breaking out with his own morning show. Brodny in the morning. It'll be a webcam in his room just watching him sleep.
I told him, I don't know if you were listening. I told him I had that nightmare right before coming on to do the morning show the other day.
What nightmare?
And it's gonna sound like a joke, but it's not a joke. I was dreaming about finishing the morning show. Like me and Hendo were talking, and then we signed off and everything. I was like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And then I woke up and I rolled over. My clock said 5:30. I was like, I got to get up in 30 minutes.
No,
I could not believe it.
They love Brodny in the morning. I just want you to know that's the most viewed video this week.
No, false. Because I told Hendo, I get the emails with the number of people in there. All right. There were fewer people when I was on than the very next day. That's you
can't just go off the initial numbers. All right. Can't go off it's the most viewed stream we've had this week.
Disagree.
They love
I'll tell you what, stop clicking on it then. Okay. So hard disagree. Hard disagree. You have no facts to back that up.
Ravens versus Rams. Okay. All right. All right. We're gonna talk some Ravens in a second, but I just want to remind you guys, LBHTShow.com. A lot of you guys have been visiting. I saw a spike in visits. I was like, where did all this come from? Like Danity. Like, where did you come from, Danity? Good to see you. She says, thank you, everyone watching. Please like, subscribe, and hype the video. Yes, appreciate you. Newsletter, LBHTShow.com, patreon.com/LBHTShow. Super chat is available. Cash App, $LBHTShow, hashtag road to 4K, hashtag Brodny in the morning.
That's not happening.
Thank you, Danity.
I'll tell you what, I make a deal with them. The second that this show gets big enough that I can quit my job, I will do the morning show every day.
Oh, hey, be careful because that might happen sooner than you think.
Oh, well, I have very high standards.
We'll get a million views. You like higher. All right, let's get into some Ravens questions. You know what? Just throw one up there. Just throw one up there, Adelia. Whichever ones you want, and we'll go through it. Is okay. That this is perfect because we teased this morning. We teased this one this morning. Is Baltimore one signing away? Okay. The Ravens have cap flexibility. Should Eric DaCosta add one more piece? Potential needs: wide receiver, edge rusher, center. Obviously, we need a center. Mm-hmm. Obviously, by any means necessary. Okay. Do we need another wide receiver? Do you see him signing another wide receiver?
They absolutely need another wide receiver. And at this point, if we're going to say one signing away, that one signing is Stephon Diggs. Because there isn't a center out there that's going to move the needle. Like I don't believe there's a significantly better center than Danny Pinter available right now.
So you don't think Graham Glasgow is a better option than all three of them?
No, not really.
Okay, I ain't gonna argue that.
Maybe he's a little bit better, but I don't think it's anything to where it's gonna make a significant change in the O-line. Gotcha. Stephon Diggs will make a significant impact on the offense.
Yeah. We got mine says trade for Jettas. That's mine. You speaking my language. You speak my language. Trade for Jettas. 100%. I'm still of the belief that he's available for the right price.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look and listen, we got to talk about Zay Flowers. There's a rumor that they're going to be getting a deal done with Zay Flowers in the range of, I think, was it $35 million a year or something like that.
Nice.
That's just a rumor that was posted in our Discord. If so, congratulations to Eric DaCosta. That was a good move. Congratulations to Zay Flowers. It's a good move.
It's a good deal for both.
Yes. And you still need to go and make some other moves. Still go get Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
What's up, Jeremy? Says, would you want to take on Ayuk now, even though he's declaring the Commanders? No. And I'm not even saying Ayuk is done or whatever, but like I don't like players that wait for the game for too long. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying okay. Let me put it a different way. It wouldn't surprise me if Brandon Ayuk went to the Commanders and played well. Right? I think he is a talented wide receiver. I don't think he's washed. He may have been staying in shape. He might go out there and be ready to go. For this team, because we always get guys that either been out the game, that are past their prime. Like, I don't want to kick the tires on anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Just get somebody that you know can play.
Yeah.
There's no question marks. He's played recently. You've seen what he can do. Just go get him. I know people don't like Stephon Diggs, but it has nothing to do with his ability, because he showed what he could do last year, just coming off a knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I have no questions about Stephon Diggs. Go and get Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
What's up, Davon? Hashtag LBHT crew. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. So yes, wide receiver. I mean, you're right. Edge rusher. No, you better make it work with what you have. Don't pick up another person. All right. Center, it's got to be through trade. All right. Or you're going to have to tell either that, or just tell these centers, look, man, if they get past you, just strip them. They get past you, just trip them. All right. What's up, Coach? Good to see you.
What's going on, Coach?
AB's ready to come to Baltimore. Okay, what's the next question? We got, who should be the Ravens X Factor this season? One player, one impact, game changer. Who's your pick? B? Who should be the X Factor?
X Factor for the Baltimore Ravens. As of right now, I'm going to say Tez Walker. I picked him as my breakout player last year. He didn't quite break out, although he just needed more opportunities. And I think this year, if they don't, because I don't expect them to go and sign Stephon Diggs, if they don't do that, I think that he is going to be a guy who can come out there and break open multiple games. You know, I mean, he has that kind of ability. You know, he can get behind the defense, and I mean, you can go from 0 to touchdown in about 4 seconds with Tez, right? Yeah. They don't have that on the roster currently, really, or at least they haven't shown it. Zay hasn't been a touchdown scorer. I mean, he carries that offense, but that's not really been him. And Derrick Henry's not an X factor like we know about Derrick Henry. So, and we know about Lamar. So I'm going with Devontae.
Okay. Tyreek says easily Tyler Luke. Kelvin says Garrett Bradbury if Chicago really likes their rookie center. Yeah, I think there's some trade options out there. We talked about that. Cesar Ruiz from New Orleans is another person possibly. Who we got here? RNTY says Trenton Simpson on defense, Tez on offense. Okay. I'm thinking the X factor needs to be on defense, since that's where they put the investment. And if it's on defense, it needs to be Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, it better be Kyle if it's on defense.
it needs Trey Hendrickson. You know what? That's a good pick too.
Yeah.
Like, you're paying money. If you're paying big money, there should be expectations.
Yeah. All
the big money signing right now outside of Lamar is on the defense. So there needs to be expectations on that side of the ball. So Trey Henderson, come on up. Kyle Hamilton, come on up. Roquan Smith, come on up. had to step up. You had to be X factors. You had to get multiple turnovers this year and not 2. You know,
Right.
Neuropsych Sports says Matthew Hibner later in the season. Okay. Mike Green, Myron says
it better
right.
be, because it ain't gonna be Mark Andrews late in the season. You know that.
Not in postseason. Anybody not named LJ? Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, we already know what LJ is, right? He's the team, but like we're kind of thinking outside of Lamar for sure. So yeah, I would say Kyle Hamilton's got to be that guy. All right, what we have next? Can Calais Campbell still be a difference maker? Leader in the locker room, proven track record, impact when it matters. Now, when we first signed him, I was like, all right, cool. You know, whatever. You know, I like Calais or whatever. I don't know what he's got left. And then I looked at what he did last year. And I was like, yeah, he's got a lot left. Can he be a difference maker? Yeah. He's not playing as many snaps, and he talked about that. He's not going to play as many snaps. But when he's out there, absolutely.
I'm going to say no. I think that he is still a good player.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a difference-making player. Like when I'm thinking difference-making player, I'm thinking those guys, like we were just talking about Kyle Hamilton, you make game-changing plays. And I don't think you're going to get that from Calais Campbell in the sense of like getting a bunch of sacks, forcing turnovers, things like that. I think you're going to get good, solid, steady play from him. And it'll feel kind of difference making, I guess, because he's going to be better than the guy behind him, right? But you know,
well, I guess it matters on how you determine difference maker. Like what we mean by difference maker, because like what you described to me would be a difference maker, somebody that's consistently good when he's out there. He's not. I mean, he's not going to play that much, right? But when he's out there, no, he's not going to always make a turnover or whatever, but it solidifies that defensive line a little bit more. That makes a difference. Not a huge difference maker, but I think he is a difference maker. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tend to think when people say difference maker as like big difference, like game changing players, and I don't think that he's going to be that at this point.
Because what do you have last year? Let me get his numbers.
Last year he had
6.5 sacks last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple passes defense, 6.5 sacks, 43 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 16 QB hits. So, like 6.5 sacks. I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, that's not. You know, if you see, hey, this guy had 6.5 sacks, you're not like, man, I gotta get that guy. You know, I mean, not 9 tackles for loss. Yeah, he would have. 9 tackles for loss is not. It's not a whole lot. You know,
I think if Trey Hendrickson and Mike Green are doing their jobs, extra, 4 to 6 sacks from him will make a difference.
Well, yeah, but again, like every player makes a difference, right? Yeah. So when I hear difference maker, I'm thinking these are like the guys who other teams are game planning for. These are guys who can make those game changing plays that you have to have to win. Yeah, and I just don't. I don't think he's gonna be that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you on that. The whole D line. Okay. Mr. Stiller fan. No interest in Deebo Samuel or Tyreek Hill. I had some intrigue in Tyreek Hill.
No interest in Deebo.
No, not so much. Tyreek, if he can come back even 90% or 80% of himself.
Yeah.
Yep. Get him and Stephon Diggs. In my mind, there's no reason why you can't sign both.
Anytime you can sign an old Tez Walker, you gotta do it.
Tez Walker wish he had the speed that Tyreek Hill had.
Hey.
Today.
Hey. You don't know.
Neuropsych Sports. Yes, I agree. I love his leadership effect on the defense. Yeah. He brings the energy for sure. Marcus Frazier says we need Calais in the fourth quarter to help close out games. I thought that's what we brought in Trey Hendrickson for, but Hey, I'm not mad at him being here at all. if he on snap count, he will come up huge in the playoffs. Yeah, I think he's gonna be on a snap count. Like he's gonna have limited snaps. Louisville says, can Minter run the defense like McDonald? That's what I want to see. Well, I mean, just look at his tape in LA last year. You know, like, is it gonna be exactly like McDonald? I don't know, but I know he ran a damn good defense.
Yeah.
All right. It doesn't have to mirror McDonald. It just needs to be good. So yeah, no, he can run the defense.
Here's the thing, Matt. If you start your comment with Emmanuel Acho said, we ain't bringing that up.
That's made in October.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't care what Emmanuel Acho says. We know what he's about. Yeah, and you said it right there. He's a clown. Facts. He's a clown. You ain't got to waste your time mentioning him. Okay, we have another question. We do, and this ties into what we were talking about at the beginning. Yeah. Who wins the center competition? Oh, this is so stressful. Do you remember, B? Do you remember, like, once upon a time when free agency was around or is about to hit, and we're like, hey, man, you got to pay Tyler Linderbaum. Mm-hmm. And there are some people, not you guys, but there are some people that were like, he's just a center.
Doesn't matter.
Like, he's a center. You can't pay. It's not a premium position. You can't pay that much for a premium position, right? And then EDC says, we really want to bring back Tyler Linderbaum, right? We're going to make him an offer. He's going to be the highest paid center. And we're like, cool. And then the Raiders said, how about if you got more money? Mm-hmm. And you got $27 million a year. And me and B said, pay him $27 million a year. And some people were like, no, you can't pay him $27 million. That's ridiculous. You can't pay a center $27 million. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. And we asked one simple question. All right, cool. What's plan B? We are still waiting on June 24th, 2006 for that answer.
You see them silhouettes? That means you don't know.
The silhouettes, if you're listening, the graphic shows candidate 1, candidate 2, candidate 3. Even the Ravens can't tell you because apparently Corey Bullock has surgery. Did you hear about this, B?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
but luckily, he wasn't on my list anyway, so doesn't matter.
The list is Danny Pinter, Javon Gwynn, and whoever else they bring in, said player to come in and compete later on. I still believe they're either going to sign somebody or they're going to trade somebody. Which one are you reading? When's the open tryout? What's up, pay the bills?
What's going on? So I think that I think it's going to be Danny Pinter to start the season, and I think then you will see Javon Gwynn and Corey Bullock as well at some point. I think they're going to be shuffling the center position all season long.
And that would mean that was a huge failure. Mm-hmm. That's a huge failure. You cannot be cycling through these players like that because you don't know who's going to work out. You cannot have that uncertainty when you're trying to win a Super Bowl. Not saying this is going to completely tank us, but it's not good. Like when you're trying to win a Super Bowl, you wanna dot your I's and cross your T's. You want to do everything, and this is just him gambling way too many times with that position. Oh, we'll make it happen. We'll get it done. Oh, dang, he didn't sign. Well, we'll get somebody in the draft. Well, who you gonna get? Oh, we got some people that we're looking at, but let's wait. They're going a little early. I think there'll still be one there when next time we come around the third round. Oh, they're all gone. We're still looking. We got some guys in here. Maybe we'll trade for somebody. If they don't get a trade done, they're not able to sign anybody. You go into season with guys you don't like. That is a major, major fail as a GM. So, mascara.
I told him multiple times, it's like Ravens fans don't remember those days where you held your breath every time he went to snap the ball.
Yeah. Marcus says you need a center. It's important. You can't play football without snapping the ball. Facts. I guarantee Deion Dawkins will win the job. Deion Dawkins. Who's that? Is he on the team? I don't know. Deion Dawkins.
It must be. He guaranteed that he's going to win the job.
All right, man. I want to make that guarantee. Deion Dawkins is my choice. He's the only player that knows how to play alongside Wenger, who is your best O-lineman. Is that the guy he played with in Penn State? Is that the one we picked up after the draft?
I don't know. Deion Dawkins is the left tackle for the Bills. So I don't know if this kid has the same name. I just don't know it or whatever, or if he's typing in the wrong name. But let me tell you a little story. There was this kid who got drafted in the top 10 to play left tackle. His name is Ike Ekwonu. Okay. And he came in the league, and everybody was excited because Carolina didn't have a left tackle, and that's obviously you've got to solidify that. You got to protect your quarterback, right? And then later, in the 6th round of the draft, they said, what really worked in college was Ike Ekwonu and Chandler Zavala. They were together and they were just mauling people. And Chandler's available. We should bring him in. And they drafted him. There you go. Okay, sorry.
Okay. He said he meant Nick Dawkins. Well, you're right about one thing, Marcus Frazier. Yes, Deion Dawkins will win out the job. Nick Frazier. Nick Dawkins.
Yeah,
probably not.
Chandler Zavala, he came in and everybody was excited. He's like, man, got the band back together. And then Chandler Zavala, due to injury, started a game, and we don't reference PFF too often, Pro Football Focus, but it was notable in this case because he scored a 0 for the entirety of the game, and I don't know how that's possible.
Don't speak of Zavala's name. That's what Jay said. The reason why we don't really put too much stock in Pro Football Focus because you're by their own admission, they don't have a good scoring system for O-linemen, but meaning a lot of times they pad the scores, right? They're like, hey, if you're near a block, we kind of
if you what they said in the past was if the assignment gets blocked, then it's positive, regardless of if you did it yourself or if you had help or whatever. Because that was a big debate with the right tackle Conklin. He said, he had help on every play. He had a really high grade, and people were like, well, he had help blocking on every single play. Like, doesn't matter. His guy got blocked.
Yeah. Yes. But they find ways to give you points. So the score is 0.
A bad score for PFF is 50. It's in the 50s. Like that means that you might want to replace this dude. If like you're really awful, you get in the 30s. I've never seen anything approaching 0. Not I've never seen 0. I've never seen anything approaching 0. I've never seen anybody in the single digits. I've never seen anybody under 20. I don't think I've ever seen anybody under 30. So when he scored the 0, I was like, get him off the team.
That was Daniel Falele, and the team said, "Oh snap, get him off the field. He's just standing there." Right? Our team said, "He'll figure it out.
He ain't even big. Get him out."
Yeah, our team said he's just standing there. Just he'll get it next game. He'll get it next game. Rainmaker was good. Thanks for coming through. All right, those are all the questions. We can take those down. Thank you, Adelia. Appreciate it. B, did you see this AB crash out?
I heard about it. I didn't watch it because it's Antonio Brown.
I'm gonna did I bookmark it? I don't think I bookmarked it. I was gonna share it. I shared it this morning, but all right. No, I'm not gonna look for it. But basically, it was a quick 50-second thing. He's just like, don't compare me to Zay Flowers. I don't know who's comparing him to Zay Flowers. He's a bum. He sucks. He's a coward. His last name is Flowers.
Oh,
right? He's saying all this dressed like Rick James. Okay. Listen, AB is just AB. Okay. Yeah. You know, if I'm Zay Flowers, that's one of those people that it's easy just to laugh him off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he made a couple points, just like, hey, you know, he tried to blame Lamar not having a ring on Zay Flowers. He's like, he's the reason he fumbles too much. He's the reason why Lamar doesn't have a ring yet. Ask any quarterback I've played for, I made them better, you know. And listen, AB was nice at his height. That you cannot deny him with that. He was nice. But listen,
he ain't have no ring at his height either, though.
Huh?
He ain't have no ring at his height either.
No, he didn't. Could Zay Flowers be on that level? Yeah, I mean he's off to a better start than AB already, right? But you know, AB didn't. You know, he was a low pick. He didn't get on the field right away. But you know, he doesn't have to be as good as AB. He just has to be good enough, and he could be, and he could very well. I expect him to get a ring with the Ravens playing with Lamar. But this AB's just lashing out, man. You know, he brought up that domestic incident, that alleged domestic incident, that turned out to nobody going. Yeah, he brought that up, and it's just like, aren't you on trial for attempted murder?
Right, on the run, in fact, right? Like I think they caught him, but like you was hightailing it. You was calling San Diego for a minute.
Like no, like that trial's active, B. That ain't go away.
Right. But, I can't take anything he says seriously. And I used to like Antonio Brown, and then he just, I hope he gets some help. That he spiraled way out of control.
There was a time we were campaigning for Antonio Brown to come to the Ravens, and people were like, no, he's a head case, and we're like, yes, we didn't say marry the guy. We said bring him in so we can get our ring. Just like the Bucks did. Yeah. They're like, we'll sign you for a 2-year deal. 2 years might have been a little too much. You can leave now. Right? Stop worrying about and I stand by that to this day. I stand by that. Bring in the talent that you need, just like Stephon Diggs. People don't like Stephon Diggs. I get, his antics and everything off the field. I get it. I'm not saying we gotta sign him to some long-term deal. Sign him to a 2-year deal. Let's get our ring and then send him on his way, or maybe things work out and he's just like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to act right while I'm here and I'm going to finish my career here. That could happen too, but
it doesn't have that much longer left.
Yeah. We're not saying bring him in and sign him to a 5-year deal, a 5-year, $100 million deal. Yeah. So that team was perfect. You talking about the Tampa Bay team? They had everything. I love that too. I love, I love the narrative how, Brady got done with 2 teams. Did you not see what they gave Brady in Tampa?
Right.
Every single thing. Every single thing. Oh, Sutton's got a good question here. And make sure y'all subscribe to the Purple Rain podcast. Prime AB or Prime Jamar Chase?
You can argue that we haven't even seen Prime Jamar Chase yet.
Good point.
So, but I'm gonna take the Jamar Chase we've seen regardless. The worst thing I've heard about him is he don't shower. So
just on the field. I don't know, man. Like they both had some dominant moments.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I would take Jamar Chase. We say on here all the time, thanks to Emory Hunt, size is not a skill. And it's not, but it is an advantage. And he's just as skilled as Antonio and bigger. So I'll take the bigger guy.
I'm leaning towards Jamar Chase, and it might be recency bias because I saw what he did to Jalen Ramsey last year in that game with Joe Flacco was throwing no ball. He just told Joe Flacco, he's like, listen, throw it right here.
Oh, you ain't see what he been doing to the Ravens? You missed that?
No, I blocked out of the memory, of course. Okay. But I just remember watching that game. It was a primetime game. Jalen Ramsey pressed up on him. He's just like, I don't know what Jalen Ramsey said to him. I want to know what he said to him in that game, but he clearly said something. And he just kept on looking at Flacco like, yo, throw it over here. And he caught like 20 passes. So he Yes, I would lean towards Jamar Chase, but prime AB. That's. I mean, he was a dog.
Yeah, he was. Antonio Brown played in 130 games. I'm sorry, 146 games and scored 83 touchdowns. Okay. Jamar Chase has played in 78 games and has 54. Like, the dude just finds the end zone as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's already had one season. I mean, obviously, Antonio had a great career, but he's already had a season that was better than anything Antonio Brown did in the league with his 1,700 yard, 17 touchdown season.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take him.
Yeah. But listen, don't
and hopefully he's not crazy.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Don't put any stock into what AB said, man. He's out there just seeking for attention / help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is what it is. I mean, it's kind of funny to talk about. It's slow and you can talk about it, but that doesn't mean a thing. Zay Flowers shouldn't even acknowledge him. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Just let that go. Like, man, whatever. Right? AB got a lot of problems to deal with. A lot of problems.
And
right?
Zay Flowers ain't one.
Zay Flowers ain't one. Right. All right. I guess that counts our court of public opinion.
Sure.
Submitted questions.
Well, I don't think we want to do that yet. Right? You want to do the World Cup first, or you want to?
World Cup time. Let's go. Are you ready, Adelia? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hi, guys.
What is up, Adelia?
It's been a fun week in the World Cup. There's been a lot going on. First off, we have a new all-time goal scorer in the World Cup, Lionel Messi.
Mm-hmm.
He scored 3 goals in his opening match. He scored 2 more in his second match. That puts him on 18. That means he passes Miroslav Klose for the most all-time. Kylian Mbappe also able to break this record of Miroslav Klose's at this tournament. He's now 1 behind Klose for second place. So will be interesting to see where both of them end up at the end of this tournament as far as goals scored. The Golden Boot race is what they call the top goal scorer of the tournament, and the Golden Boot is like a literal statue of a boot that's golden that they give for the top goal scorer. Currently, it's Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland pretty much all kind of responding to each other's performances.
Yeah.
Messi, we said, had the hat trick and the 2 goals. Hi, Enman. Then Mbappe had 2 goals in his first match and 2 goals in his second match. Haaland had 2 goals in his first match and in his second match as well. So it's pretty crazy how they're sort of matching each other. We waited a long time for a lot of the really big stars, global stars to enter the tournament, and now they have, and it's been pretty fun watching all of them.
And Haaland has those 4 goals in his first 2 matches ever in the World Cup.
Yeah,
right?
first 2 matches ever in the World Cup. Haaland's already on 4 goals. So Norway and France actually play each other next to see who wins that group. So it'll be Mbappe versus Haaland, and it'll be very interesting to see how that game goes. France got to this point where they were qualified to get out of the group. They haven't won it yet. Norway is also qualified to get out of their group because of the fact that France beat Iraq 3-0. But that was remarkable because we had the first ever weather delay in the history of the World Cup. A severe storm went through Philadelphia, at literally halftime, delayed the start of the second half for 2 hours.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Mbappe was out there with the groundskeepers directing them.
Directing them on where the pitch was still too wet. So it was pretty chaotic, that game, but everybody came through it without injury, which is good. France is going to have to play that game against Norway without their coach, Didier Deschamps. His mother passed away in France, so he's going back to France to be with his family for a little while, and then he'll come back after the funeral to be with France for the knockout stages. So I think that might set up some interesting things for Norway to maybe, without Deschamps there to manage France, have an opportunity to win that group, which would be interesting to see France not win that group.
Yeah.
England started off their tournament with a 4-2 win over Croatia and then went up against Ghana. And everybody's talking about how England failed in this match because it was a 0-0 draw. But I want to talk about Ghana. Ghana defended so well in that match. They're getting no credit in the media for how well they played in that match. And it's really, really one of the things that's just very annoying about a smaller team going up against one of the bigger teams. The media makes it all about the bigger team, and I think Ghana deserves a ton of credit for what they did in that game. So I just wanted to shout that out. Portugal had a 1-1 draw with the DR Congo to open their tournament last week, and then came back. Yeah, Ghana was great in that game. And then they came back and destroyed Uzbekistan 5-0. Cristiano Ronaldo was like a no-show in the first match. He played the whole match. We just didn't see him. He barely touched the ball. He touched the ball the least of anyone on the pitch. Then he came back in this game against Uzbekistan a couple of days ago and scored 2 goals, put himself right into the conversation as being, one of the big stars at the tournament. Did not look like he was his normal 41-year-old self. And so Cristiano Ronaldo has arrived at the tournament, which makes it a little bit more exciting for everybody who wants to see the stars. Spain, we talked about last week, being held to a 0-0 draw with Cape Verde. They came back and responded with a 4-0 dismantling of Saudi Arabia. But Cape Verde went on to play Uruguay, scored their first 2 goals ever at the World Cup, and sadly, it was a 2-2 draw. They had chances at the end to win it. We were doing a live watch along over on Good Friends, Better Rivals, and we were so excited for Cape Verde. But they have, I think, a legitimate chance against Saudi Arabia in their final group game to get their first win. So everybody should check that match out. It'll be on at the same time as Spain versus Uruguay because they do the 2 games in the group at the same time in the third round of the group stage to make sure there's no match fixing, like, oh, we just need this result because that was the result in the other game kind of thing. Canada has qualified for the knockout stages as well. They're runners up in Group B. They put 6 goals past Qatar the other day. We had an unfortunate red card incident in that game where Qatar actually ended up going down to 9 men instead of the normal 11 with 2 red cards. But one of the Qatari players came through the back of Ismail Kone and broke his leg. Yeah. And it's one of those injuries that was so bad that Fox never replayed it. So good on Fox for not replaying it. But Ismail Kone, a big part of Canada's midfield, now out for the rest of the tournament. But Canada is moving on in second place in Group B.
Hey, real quick. For the casuals like myself. Okay, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Right now we're in the group stage. The knockout stage is the next round.
The knockout stage is the next section of the competition. That's when we start the round of 32, and it's 1 game, you lose and you're done. So it turns into a bracket now at the knockout stage.
Okay,
and you get to see penalties.
It could go to penalty shootouts these next games to decide a winner. If there's the next round in the knockout stage is when if there's no winner at the end of normal time, we'll go to 30 minutes of extra time. And then if there's no winner at the end of the 30 minutes of extra time, we go to penalty kicks.
Gotcha. Now you're just speaking about red cards.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of that Key and Peele skit when Peele, literally he flops, to get the red card call, like so much so he dies, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes to heaven, and they're trying to let him into the gates, and he's like, hold on a second, and he looks down, he's waiting for the ref to pull the red card, and once he pulls the red card, he jumps back down to his body to get back up and go back and score the goal. Red card is everything in soccer.
Yeah, red card
that's
is
a
big.
Huge deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. We have seen teams go down to 9 men twice in this tournament. South Africa went down to 9 men in the first game of the tournament, and then Qatar against Canada. So hoping that we don't see any more of that, because that kind of ruins a game. when you go down to 9 men. And then let's talk about the U.S. The U.S. has qualified for the knockout stage after 2 games for the first time ever. They've won their group after 2 games for the first time ever. They've won 2 games in a row in the group stage in the World Cup for the first time ever. After they beat Australia 2-0 in Seattle on Thursday, when Alex Freeman's goal, which was the second of the game, was confirmed via VAR as being a good goal, because at first it was flagged for offside. The crowd went so crazy, it registered on the seismic meters they monitor for earthquakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this crowd in Seattle really brought it. So the U.S. has 6 points through 2 games. They're going to try to make it 9 points, so 3 for 3 in the group stage against Turkey tomorrow night. Turkey is already eliminated. They'll be playing just for pride because they've lost to both Paraguay and Australia already. So interesting to see what goes on there. Mauricio Pochettino, our head coach, might sit some of the players that have yellow cards so that they don't pick up another one and have to miss the round of 32 match. And Christian Pulisic, who missed the match against Australia because of his calf injury that caused him to be withdrawn at halftime in the first match against Paraguay, might play just to get him some game time because he's recovered well enough from the injury. So that's good news for the U.S.
Good.
But it's getting down to the end. We are going to lose 16 teams by Saturday, and then we'll have 32 teams left. And then on Sunday starts the first game of the round of 32. So we start the knockout phase. It's going to be very exciting.
I just want to say too, like I'm rooting for Cape Verde at this point. You know, it's the best story of the tournament, I think. And
Yeah.
I looked at the projections for the knockout round, and they are not getting any favors. Like, you know, Spain is the number 1 team in the world. Uruguay is another soccer power. They've won 2 World Cups. I mean, you know, they're not necessarily the best right now, but they're one of the bigger countries in soccer. And then they said the projected opponent, if they get through, is the defending champions in Argentina.
Yeah.
like, I mean, just tell them to go home. You clearly don't want them here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Cape Verdeans if they get through. But Ferris saying, "Screw turkey, all we do is eat chicken, dry bird. This ain't Thanksgiving."
Okay.
Ferris.
Thank you, Ferris. Thank you for your commentary. Appreciate that. Words of wisdom from Ferris Mutana.
Yeah. But by the U.S. winning their group, that means they have a much favorable path through the knockout rounds than they would have if they'd finished second or been one of the third place teams. So that's good news for the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it really does feel like the country's starting to like come together and actually pay attention and get behind the team. And there's been a lot of like, why not us? You know, I don't think it's going to happen because some of the teams in this tournament have looked really, really good so far. But why not?
It's like you said. It's like you said. Like I heard a lot of firsts that they've done in this round. A lot of firsts, and unfortunately, you know how we are here. Like people tune in, they want to see winners. No excuses.
Yeah.
And if you're not there yet, don't waste my time. And they will look very dominant early on. So now people are like, okay, you have my attention. Yeah. You know, so that's good. Good for them. Good for them.
And that's pretty much all I got today, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, listen, tell the people where they can find you. Just about for every game, play by play. You put in that work. We're proud of you. You know?
Yeah, we've been doing a bunch of watch alongs over on Good Friends, Better Rivals. Thank you to everyone who went over there and subscribed after last week. We've passed the 500 subscriber mark now, so that's very exciting.
Congratulations.
And we are doing watch alongs we've done over 30 watch alongs so far for the group stage. We're probably going to try to do watch alongs for every game of the knockout stage. It's been a lot of work. I'm very tired, but I am very glad we're doing it. So I'd be watching the games anyways. Might as well do it on camera.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
60 hours that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Adelia.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, and Sutton says, "I gotta know y'all top 3 Key and Peele skits." Sutton, these top 3 lists are so hard for me.
That is something we'll have to do next week because I can't even remember a lot of my favorites at the moment.
They have so many. Yeah. They have so many. That's a tough one. Yeah, I have to think about that. We might have to do a video on that. That's that.
I think we'll have to answer that one next week, son.
Yeah. That's a good question though. But we'll answer it. We'll answer it next week. Speaking of answers, submitted questions.
We got one submitted question. Let me bring it back up here. From Jay, who's going through it. It's funny how the Ravens need a center and the Lakers need a center. Which route do y'all think the Lakers will go? More realistic, we buy a second-round pick and get a center. We wait to pick from the UDFAs. Isaiah Hartenstein's team option is not picked up by the Thunder. Mitchell Robinson does not re-sign with the Knicks. We take a chance on Keita, who is unrestricted by the Celtics, 7-footer that averaged 9 points, 8 rebounds on 73% shooting while playing 21 minutes, only 27 years old. Pray that Robert Williams' knees won't implode. Or far-fetched, sign and trade for Walker Kessler, sign and trade for Jalen Duren, sign and trade for Jared Allen. Well, I'll tell you what, Jay. I think the answer is none of them. I think that they are going to attempt to re-sign DeAndre Ayton and then cross their fingers.
Why not trade for AD?
Well, I thought about that the other day. I was like, because they should have gotten Giannis because they had a better package than Miami.
Would they be able to get him?
Yeah. They just paid Austin Reeves. Well, I mean, they'd have to obviously talk to Austin Reeves about it at this point, but they just paid him $46 million, so they wouldn't even have to add that much to the deal. They could trade Austin Reeves plus, Jared Vanderbilt, maybe one or two of the young guys, and I mean, you wouldn't even have to give up that much for Anthony Davis. I think they want to move him, but they can absolutely.
I bring him back.
I would too. Of course, I would have drafted the center that was there when they were on the clock yesterday from Houston, but they didn't do that either. So, who's to say what Kobe's friend will do next?
I'm pretty happy with the Nets pick, Michael Brown. I mean, it's like the 8th guard we got, but he showed some promise.
They gave Austin Reeves $46 million a year.
Yeah, that's
how am I supposed to root for that? Danity. I mean, you gotta let me know if there's room on the Spurs train.
Yeah.
Like, how can I root for that?
Edmund says, "Must admit, I'm a casual like Jose. Welcome, Edmund. But enjoyed the colony versus colonizing countries games. Always root for the former colony."
What's messed up about the quote colonizing countries? They have a bunch of African players playing for them also.
Yeah. Adelia said she was excited about the Nuggets pick until she found out they traded them to the Spurs. You get a lot more of that in NBA. You get a lot more of like, hey, we picked this person. It's like, hey, don't celebrate too much. You're getting traded.
Jay said we did buy the Chicago Bulls 55th pick. Well done, Jay. You called it.
Well, I mean, listen, Danny says, yes, welcome all newcomers. Don't steal trash cans like the other team. Join class. Wow.
Danny, if you don't know, Danny's referring to a parent Knicks fan who saw a trash can that was orange and blue, picked it up, dumped out all the trash on the street, and took it home.
Sutton wants to know, are the Wizards actually going to be good next season? I say yes.
Yeah, they are. They're gonna be good for real. Like, people are giving them a lot of crap for signing Trae Young to that huge deal. Trae Young is a very, very, very good player. He dragged Atlanta to the playoffs pretty much by himself a few times. They've got AJ, who they just drafted number 1 overall. They've got Sarr. They've got, Koulibaly. We'll see how they manage that. But as of right now, they still have Anthony Davis as well. Like, that's a very good team.
The Knicks played the Hawks in the first round, right?
Yeah. But Trae was hurt and traded at that point. So,
no, I'm saying, but I remember because he didn't play. He didn't play in that series.
No, he had been traded already at that point.
That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't play in that series, but I remember because whenever the Hawks would go to New York, they would boo loudly, and it's because of Trae Young, who was not on the team.
Yeah, they hate Trae Young.
You know, like he lives for those moments.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So like it's good to have players like that. He's a good player. They have
very underrated player at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the Wizards are going to be good. Definitely. I was going to bring up another point, but I can't remember. That's okay. That's all right. We have a poll result.
Yes.
Let's bring it up. What we got?
This one we were asking what is going to be the movie of the summer. We gave Spider-Man, Brand New Day, The Odyssey, or something else. Spider-Man running away with this one. Not a lot of fans of Homer in the newsletter. That's okay. Christopher Nolan is gonna. I fully believe that's going to be a masterpiece. But you're probably right. I also voted for Spider-Man. Spider-Man is going to be. It's going to be massive. It's coming out in about a month.
Listen.
Don't listen to the hater, as Suge would say.
What am I hating on?
Spider-Man.
What am I hating on?
I could hear the sigh. The sigh was already starting it.
I was gonna say I'm losing steam in both the Marvel universe and Christopher Nolan. I was a huge Christopher Nolan fan because he created Dark Knight, and those are the best Batman movies ever made. Okay. And he made Inception and like he made a lot of stuff that
not so much Tenet. You know what those who?
No.
I can't remember the name now. Hugh Jackman and
I know what you're talking about.
The Prestige. The Prestige. Yes.
The Prestige doesn't get talked about nearly enough. Yeah. That's an excellent movie. Yes. So he's made some masterpieces.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman, quietly one of my favorite actors. You don't really think about Hugh, but Hugh always turns in a great performance.
Yeah, he does. But Tenet kind of took the steam out of it a little bit for me.
Yeah.
And just him just being kind of difficult to work with it from what I'm hearing.
Kind of terms of
yeah. So, the Odyssey it should be good. But
honestly, don't love the casting of Matt Damon in that. I used to be a big Matt Damon fan. But still, I'm still excited for it.
I'm gonna watch it. And Spider-Man, listen, I'm gonna watch it. But
notice they didn't say he's gonna go see them. He said he's gonna watch them. Two different things.
100%. If y'all don't know, I watch my movies on East Street. If you don't know what it is,
Yeah.
What y'all say? If you know, you know. Oppenheimer, yeah. Okay.
Oppenheimer was really good. It was really good. But as we mentioned before about Christopher Nolan, kind of being a jerk. Can't find it. Can't watch it.
Yeah. Well, I can find it.
Yeah, I know.
I can find it. There are very few movies that I am going to see. All right, I'm going to see. There are many movies that I will see.
Yes.
That I will watch. It takes something like Sinners to get me to the theaters now.
Like Doomsday.
We'll see, man. Talk to me. We'll talk Spider-Man first, and then we'll take it from there. Talk Spider-Man first, and then we'll take it from there. I've enjoyed all the Spider-Man movies, so I expect this one to be good as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's gonna be awesome.
We'll see.
Be back.
Toy Story 5. I'll watch it.
It's too many. It's too many. No, and I love Toy Story, but I'm not even saying it's going to be bad. Like I'm sure it's going to be a quality movie. Like they do good work, but I'm just not. I'm done.
The fact is, it's just too expensive now. It used to be a time where you could pay $5-10 for a ticket, and I sneak my snacks in, and I can enjoy. I'll pay for the soda. I'll pay for a $3 soda or whatever, right? But no, Street Fighter. That's what Adrian wants to see. Street Fighter.
Adrian, I laughed, audibly laughed when I saw the first screenshot of Cody Rhodes as Guile. Like he looked ridiculous, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, I might be in.
That looks so stupid.
It looks like it's going to be very funny.
That looks so stupid. But yeah, like it used to be like even something like Street Fighter. I'm like, man, yeah, I'll pay a couple dollars. You know, it'd be fun. Go out there. I used to love going to movies. Me and April, we'll play hooky from work. Go to we'll grab some lunch. Go over to the theater, watch a movie. You know, the whole experience would cost me around $50.
I bet they wish they had that info before your Zoom call today.
Listen, we'll talk about that on the overtime show. But yes, Danny, especially tickets during the week. Matinee prices. Tickets used to be much cheaper. Yeah. It was much easier to go out and enjoy a movie multiple weeks. I used to go all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. But now they're way too cost restrictive. I mean, going out to eat even for lunch is too cost restrictive. So yes, I am very selective about what I see in the theaters. Yeah. All right. Was that Jay says the missus and I are watching Stepfather on Tubi right now? There you go.
Tubi, the opposite of the theater experience, like the exact opposite.
Fair says the theater near him's got $7.25 matinee. There you go.
Yeah, what year are the movies from?
Right. Had to stop at the Dollar Tree for the snacks first. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. All right. That's it. Look, we can discuss this more on the overtime show. We have a few things to discuss on the overtime show, man. Come check it out. Serena's returning to singles competition and doubles with her sister. That's going to be dope. Dilly says it's living in a small town, but for matinee, it's still $5.35. That is amazing.
Nice.
That's amazing. You can't buy candy bars around here for $5.
Right.
Okay. Like it is every time I go to a grocery store and you have the candy at the checkout aisle. That's the only reason I'm cutting back on sugar. I just can't afford it anymore. It used to be the cheapest thing to consume. Now every time I go to pick one up, I'm like, ooh, no.
I don't know if you,
50 cents.
I don't know if you put this in there for the overtime show. I didn't see the full list, and I don't know if you heard the story, but you heard about the giraffe.
The giraffe?
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about the overtime show.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Right. So $3 soda, more like $13. Yeah.
And less soda.
Yeah.
Less soda than you used to get.
Yeah. You're right. Right, Danny. Howard County could never. Movie tickets are higher than gas. Facts. I refuse to go to the theaters. And like I said, it has to be like Sinners. It has to be something like Sinners to get me out and support. But that's it. It's a very short list. These kids love going to the movies, spending my money there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
All right. I think it's time to get out of here. Head over to the OT.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all, man. This was fun. As always. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, you're going to hear me talking about the website a lot, and there's a good reason for it because we are doing a lot of things over on LBHTShow.com. Okay. Constantly changing things over there, constantly updating things. We have a World Cup Central over there. If you're trying to keep up with the scores, you can go over there and check out the scores. You'll see something on there right now for a Pick'em League. That's just something that I'm testing out for the regular season. Okay. But I'll be telling y'all in a couple weeks to sign up for an account on LBHTShow.com because you're going to get founding member badges. You'll automatically be in the Pick'em League, and we do rankings every week. We'll be talking about that on the show too. So get in on the action. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to have even more stuff coming later on. So that is the place to be. Very exciting. All right. And if you want to check out the overtime show, which we're about to do right now, patreon.com/LBHT show for as little as $5 a month. You get access to the overtime show and you get access to our Discord channel. Shout out to K-Bar Moving this morning. He gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. Really appreciate that. If you got one of those memberships, go into the community tab. You'll see the link for the Overtime Show. Also, the link for the Discord should be in there as well. All right. And once you sign to the Discord, you're in. Doesn't matter if you stay a member or not. We don't kick anybody out. We're building a community over there. All right. When's the draft for the second league coming?
That is Saturday. If you look
this Saturday,
if you look in the Sleeper app, the draft has been set for a while, but I just randomized the draft order so you can see where you're picking and everything. But
so we have to do a split video like ASAP then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to do a explainer video so everybody understands the rules. Watch the video when we put it out so you understand what's going on and how you should draft. Okay. All right. That's the show. Adelia, are you ready? Adelia is ready. B, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Patreon members, membership, YouTube members, get ready. The Overtime Show is starting right now. Everybody else, have a great night. We will see you next time. Peace.